Hey, gonna do another short video. I'm gonna do a short one this time. A video uh, against homosexuality as a lifestyle that is suitable for children. And really, I just want to deal with the deception of it. That's all I'm trying to deal with right now. And I want to just talk about deceptions, lies, and trust, and how we believe things that we're told, or because we trust somebody or love somebody, we'll believe anything that they tell us, even though it's a lie, because we trust them. And so I just want to talk about how, deception, and how, for the sake of unity, the deception, the lie, that for the sake of unity, that we have literally divided humanity. These contrasts, like some of the things these blaring contrasts for the argument of homosexuality being okay and stuff like that, and the rebuttal that they give us that are just don't even make common sense. So basically, we divided marriage into two different types of groups. So now two different types of people get married. Same gender, a gender with the same XX chromosomes, or XY chromosomes. So two people are the same gender, and they say that that is the same as people who are XX and XY, which actually creates and generate life. But that's the same. So then what gets me about it is that they say that, well, life and creating life and birth and stuff like that, that has nothing to do with marriage. How anybody can believe that is just how people, normal thinking, normal thinking people can believe that. People that in any way call them intelligent can believe that. Heterosexuality is responsible for every single person walking on the planet, including them. There has never been a homosexual person created from a homosexuals. Never in the history of mankind. And so for 10%, that what they say, well, it doesn't matter. Well, there's 10%. So out of the whole of history, there's 10% of infertile people or sterile people. So out of the whole history of mankind, where no two homosexuals got together and actually had any kind of homosex ever created any kind of life, for them to say that that's the same and that it should be discounted 0% fertility, 0% for 90%. So the minus 10%, just that, And so when I want to talk about that, why I mention that is like to disclaim birth and life and things like that as being meaningless and not important to the institution that has been always known to create bloodlines and life. So the type of now I'm not blaming homosexuality about that. I'm questioning human beings or the intellect of people that buy that. Like, how could you buy that? I mean, are you stupid? I just ask it. I'm not talking about homosexual. I'm talking about heterosexual people, as such as myself, must be really dumb. That's the only way I can explain that. They must be so callous and stupid, or so immorally devalued that they just don't care anymore. And that's the point of my topic. Let me say, just to reinforce where I'm trying to go with this. Okay, here's another one. So, out of sake of unity, we've divided into two types of groups. So humanity has been divided. Okay, all right. So, and one doesn't produce at all. Doesn't help to produce humanity. There's no humanity. It's like, it's inhumanity rights that they seek. Okay, let me deal with this. Okay, another thing that gets me is like, we're supposed to, and again, intelligence, we're supposed to believe that this is a good thing, right? We're supposed to believe that. But yet, and that is normal, is natural. But yet they always, and it's the evolution of mankind, the evolution of humanity, a wider, broader understanding. So that's what they say. Homosexuals say that. It's an evolution of mankind. It's a broader, it's more acceptance, and it's the evolution. It's the more intellectual type. That. But yet, they always refer to the way lower life creatures, animals, and beasts behave. Saying, well, they do it in nature. It's in other beasts. It's in other animals. It's in other lower life. It's in creatures do it. Monkeys do it. Tigers, fish, whatever. Certain creatures lower than human beings do it. So therefore, it's okay for humans to do it. Meaning, they've lowered, for the sake of intellect, be like animals. Creatures that can't count, do math, have any, if I gave a dollar bill to them, they would eat it or trample on them, So they liken the intellect of the understanding of it. And see, that as an artist, that was one thing that always got me. It's like, to be an artist, it's like you're supposed to be more unique if you're homosexual. It's like, I don't have to try, oh, you should try and expand because you're an artist, and so, you have to, an artist is more unique. That's a damn lie. And so I have a problem with that, It's like, to be an artist to explore, look, I don't have to try poison to know it'll kill me, I take your word for it. That lifestyle would never, ever help me be more of a creative genius. And the way everybody, Lady Gaga and all of them other people copy my videos, my dancing videos and my concepts and stuff like that, I know that's a lie, But anyway, so that concept, that's not the point of my whole thing. My point of it is that we as heterosexuals, and this is another thing, let me say it. When I say heterosexuals, I include them. Because there is no homosexual organ. There's only heterosexual organs. A lesbian's inner tract or inner womb is not to house a homosexual. There's no homosexual woman that can go and impregnate her. Only heterosexuals. So it's heterosexuals. They're just heterosexual. They're not a separate group of people. There is no such thing as homosexuals. There's only homosexual activity. There is not a homosexual organ. It's only heterosexual organ. A penis is a heterosexual organ. A vagina is a heterosexual organ. A womb, a uterus, testicles, they're heterosexual. They recreate, they procreate. That's what they do. They don't, that's all they ever do. There is no such thing as a homosexual person, a gay person. So again, they divided people based on their lowest base natural animal instinct. And there's just a few people that think that humanity means more than that. There's a higher order of decision making is more than this down here. So anyway, all right. So basis of my thing about deception, I had to bring out some of the lies first. Now anybody with common sense would know that. I know common sense is not that common, but if you can hear the truth, the truth doesn't change. So anyway, my reason for getting to this, I'm trying to lead into like being tricked or fooled out of your birthright, which is in the Bible with Jacob and Esau. Esau sold his birthrights. They called Jacob the trickster and stuff like that. Okay, that might be the case, but it was Esau's. Nobody can trick you out of anything unless you give it to him. You know, and in order to give it to him, his birthright, he had to actually think very little of his birthright. And so then when you do that, then you can be tricked out of it. And so my point is, and what I'm trying to get to is how heterosexuals got tricked out of their birthright. And not only that, Jacob tricked him out of his blessings for recreating and procreating. And so, homosexuals are no longer, they're tricking heterosexuals or people, I use it as that term, or the so-called, the ones that group themselves, divided themselves, gay people, into a separate entity based on their on their organs or their sexual desires. Okay. So my whole thing is, I just wanted to mention that as a precursor, as I deal with Jacob and Esau, and how Esau totally devalued. Like, that's like going up to a car, a Mercedes, and says, you know what, how you trick a person out of that. They have to have very little value, and that's Esau's fault, not Jacob's. Not Jacob's fault. I mean, Esau thought very little of his God-given birthright. He thought very little. And so my thing is that there's been a conditioning to bring that down, like Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson, and the things that destroy the authority and the family life. This programming that goes on that has got us to, we no longer know what our blessings are. We don't know. We say God bless America, and we get blessed, and we don't know what the blessings are. So that's my point. And I'm sorry for the long segue, but that's the point that I want to focus on, is the fact that we don't longer know how blessed we are, and that the fact that we don't know, we get tricked out of our blessing. So that's the area of deception that I want to work with. All right. God bless you all. Love you all.